Good morning, friends. A wonderful day today. So I wish you all a very happy Women's Day. A perfect day to talk on a very noble mission of organ donation. IMA Women Doctors Wing is up with this vision of hers. So today we are talking on this wonderful topic. The vision of women in medicine brings the women of IMA Women Doctors Wing together for organ donation awareness drive. And with the coordination with the Apollo group of hospitals, their pledge for donate organs is hereby well documented. Now, what is organ donation? On a broad scale, organ donation is a process of removing tissues or organs from live or deceased person to do this into another. Who can become a donor and what is the age limit? From a newborn to a senior citizen, anyone can become an organ donor. Exceptions will be discussed later. How does one become a donor? Once you have decided to become a donor, the most important thing is to take the consent of your family members. Your family has to consent before the organs are gifted. Also, a person under 18 years of age must have a parent or a guardian's consent. So there are different types of donors. Person after that, living person to the related patients, living donor to the unrelated patients, brain dead person, that is a cadaver transplant. Thus, we have living as well as cadaver donation. Again, let us know what is the difference between brain death and cardiac death. Brain death occurs when a person's brain has permanently and irreversibly stopped. Cardiac death is said to occur when the heart stops beating. This is the most important difference, and both are legal declarations of death. Thus, clinical death, when it is cardiac death, it is diagnosed in the absence of beating heart, while brain death is diagnosed because of the presence of a beating heart. There are various conditions for brain damage, as commonly tumor, trauma, intracerebral hemorrhage, ischemia, and in India, the roadside traffic accident is the most common cause. Organ donation in India, every year nearly 5 lakh people die because of a non-availability of the organs, and this number is expected to grow due to scarcity of organ donors. Brain death, it is, as said, irreversible and permanent end of all brain cells and functions. Such persons are kept on artificial support like ventilators to maintain the oxygenation of organs so that the organs are in a healthy condition until they are removed. Most cases of brain death are the end result of head injuries or brain tumor, and for the patients of intensive care units, it is possible to donate all organs in the case of brain death. Different yet is cardiac death. When a person suffers a cardiac death, the heart stops beating. Due to the lack of circulation of blood, the vital organs quickly become unusable for transplantation. And only a few organs like skin, bones, eyes, and the cardiac valves are donated in presence of cardiac death, and that also in the operation theatre. There is cadaver or deceased donation. It involves in taking organs from a person who has just died, but the organ can be taken only if the deceased person has registered his or her wish for the donation or his first degree relative gives the consent. There is a shortcoming in this living donor transplantation pool because there is a shortage of donor pool. There is gender biased donation. Also, there is commercialization and scandals. Now, look at organ donation as a gift of life. Which organs can be donated? Like lung, heart, liver, intestine, kidneys and pancreas. Also, there is a term like tissue donation, where you can donate your cornea, skin, bone marrow, heart valves, middle ear, tendon, etc. And in short, many parts of the body can be donated. There is a huge need and a slow or a low number of transplants done. For example, heart, we need 50,000 organs versus only 100 being transplanted. Liver, 450,000, 750 are transplanted. Eyes and skin are also less. And there are various reasons for this organ shortage. Some family consent matter, negative attitude, religion, fear, ignorance, and also the legal aspects, which are sometimes a hindrance. And the media reports on scandals, more than good that we do from organ donation. Now look at our status in India. In India, about 6,000 people die every day waiting for the organ transplant. Every 17 minutes, someone dies waiting for the transplant. Every 13 minutes, someone is added to the waiting list, and this goes on. Now, for organ donation, a team works. Like during an emergency, a team of doctors always make an effort to save the individual's life. Somehow, the patient died due to brain dead situation, but very important to know, still the heart is beating because the body is kept on the ventilator. This moment, this very phase is the ray of hope to someone's life. Time spent between different organ transplantation are also denoted here. It has to be 4 to 6 hours for heart, lungs and intestine. Can do for 24 to 72 hours for liver and kidney, and later still for eyes. No religion objects organ donation. And so, pledge to donate and change someone's life. Make a difference yourself. One donor can save 9 lives. So, gift a life. Talking now of kidney donation. The two most common causes of chronic renal failure are diabetes and hypertension. Now, renal replacement therapies, there is a variety. Like you can go for hemodialysis, you go for CAPD, continuous ambulatory peritoneal dialysis, or go for a renal transplant. Dialysis is good, hemodialysis is good, it has its own shortcomings. Peritoneal dialysis also has its shortcomings, but kidney transplantation is the best, and the quality of life is also much better after transplantation. This is the quality of life, and see the compliance, wonderful compliance. The demographic mortality risk ratio, we have always to go with the data before coming to a logic conclusion. That also, for kidney cadaver recipient, it is risk ratio of only 0.32. And for the living related recipient, even low, it is 0.23. So every 16 minutes, another name is added to the waiting list. The average wait for a kidney is 1,000 days. Just imagine. The number of people waiting for transplant far outweighs the number of organ donors. So be a hero, save a life, be a kidney donor. See the figure, one kidney, how it can be transplanted. See the vessels, how they are pre-planned and through a meticulous surgery joined. Give life to others. Once you are no more, you can give your kidney and make someone else alive. Your body can work normally with a single kidney. So, do not hesitate to give your another kidney to someone who needs it more. Coming to liver transplant, so only effective treatment for end-stage liver disease. That is why I showed you the slides of options for renal treatment. There are no alternative treatment plans as we saw in renal failure. More than 2 lakh people die in India every year from liver failure. India requires 30,000 liver transplant a year. Currently, only 2,000 liver transplant are being done in India. A live donor can donate one kidney and a part of his liver. Why? Because liver can regenerate very well. First degree relatives or near relatives give consent and they can donate liver. Donor gives about 65 to 75% of his liver, 30 to 35% of liver remains, but it regenerates in the donor's body within 4 to 6 weeks. Recipient receives almost 65 to 75% of the healthy liver, and that is after removal of the diseased part, and that also grows well within 6 weeks. Success rate is as far as 90%, as stated Apollo Hospitals Ahmedabad, and a person can have a good natural life for further 12 to 15 years. And that is the miracle. By this time, tomorrow, 15 people in India who are alive right now will be dead. Not because they were in a car accident, not because they were gunned out, not because their time had come, not even because they weren't in the hospital, but simply because they couldn't obtain a transplant in time. 15 people will die because the organ transplant they need will not be possible. So, one organ donor can save 8 to 9 lives. Wonderful data showing very excellent results of the transplant patient survival rates. Coming to the eye donation, more than 3 million cases in India, 60% below 12 years of age. Cornea required in 1 lakh persons per year and donated in only 25,000. See the difference after cornea transplant. So be ready for it at least. Again, skin donation, life-saving for burn patients, very fast healing of wound, gives no disfigurement, and our skin banks do preserve the donated skin. So need of the hour is the huge gap between supply and demand. So we have to fill up this gap fast. Now when must the organs be removed? They have to be removed as soon as possible after the determination of brain death. In between the phase before the heart stops working. Eyes can be donated even after 6 hours and very late as compared. There is a particular right age for organ donation, while most of the conditions say that you can donate your organs from a small child to a senior citizen, except one thing has to be remembered, that in live donation you cannot donate below 18 years, and the consent in that case is very important. And see how much India lags in this donation. There are many obstacles: lack of awareness, religious beliefs, consent, legal issues, structural work, and timely declaration of brain death and provision of life support systems is lacking. Who will receive the organs? Patients suffering from end-stage organ failure, medical conditions as decided by the doctor's priority. Donors' family will not be allowed to select recipients. Social and financial status is not at all a deciding factor for selecting all this. And one donor can save life of 2 victims of kidney failure, 1 each of heart, liver, pancreas, and lungs. There are various steps of organ donation. First of all, the donors are taken full medical care so that they are very healthy donors. Then you have to test the brain death. This is by a team of 2 doctors who are super specialty in that particular branch, and they have to call a government person to certify in this committee that after various apnea tests, they declare that this is a brain death, and then they inform the organ procurer organization, they authorize donation, then the matching process between the donor and the recipient starts. Then after recovering and transporting the organs, we ultimately are ready for transplantation. There is an automated green corridor, by which we mean that when the organ is transported, it is with complete support of the traffic people and wasting not a single minute, the organ returns to the destination. And there is no commercialization, not at all, and there is no financial suffering to the donor's family. You can also help. Express your wish, make a will, fill up a donor form and a donor card, consent on the back of your driving license. Start motivation at grassroots levels. Tell 2 to 3 people around you about this mission. I would like you to show a video stating various data.
Every year, 50,000 Indians need a heart transplant, while only 10 get one. More than 175,000 Indians suffer from end-stage renal disease, and they require a transplant. Only 4,000 get one. 50,000 Indians need a liver. Only 800 get one.
Not everyone is as lucky as Sanjay.
He is Gautam Gambhir.
Sanjay was lucky. His father came forward and gave a part of his liver to save his son when he was just 2 years old.
Sanjay's family was really brave. Such a transplant had never been performed in India, and Sanjay's dad came forward to become the first donor to donate a part of his liver to save his son's life.
Sanjay thus became the first Indian to receive a successful liver transplant in India at Apollo Hospital, Delhi on 15th November 1998.
In Apollo in 1998, we started liver transplantation. Since then, we've done 1,500 liver transplants, and every year we do more than 300 liver transplants. This enormous experience, our results
Liver
match the
transplant
best in
is
the world.
very successfully done at all Apollo groups and other hospitals.
We have the power to make a difference. Become a hero, become an organ donor. I'm proud to say I'm an organ donor.
And so keep fit and active, wake up, you may be ready for organ donation. Take home message, health is wealth, prevention is better than cure. It is better to involve as far as diet is concerned. Early detection of renal failures and transplantation works can be planned out. You can also promote organ donation, but drive safely. Gift a Life, a public interest initiative for organ donation. How can you help? Like becoming a donor itself, yeah, but also you can promote donation. This is the most important part of my talk. You can promote awareness by giving talks at various schools, colleges, at social institutions, through various NGOs, link through social media as what I am doing today. Promote movies of a subject like traffic. Many of us have seen that movie. Fir Jindagi, Thank You, Anurag, Sahib, and last 2 were the movies far back. So we also have to run fast in this mission. Real heroes, who are they? Organ donors are the real heroes of our country, so they need to be saluted. And many more steps. Start with anyone. Some important understandings and questions. Is brain death same as coma? No. In coma, what happens is the brain stem is working, so a person may have spontaneous breathing, and his involuntary motor movements may be seen, while in brain death everything stops. Who decides brain death? We have talked about it. Which organs can be donated after cardiac death? Eyes, bones, skin, and cardiac valves. Is signing a donor card a legal bonding? Yes. How signing a donor card is helpful for organ donation? Always we have mentioned in our previous talk that everywhere if you are a donor and a signed donor, things make very easy. Is there any religion saying no? No, not a religion at all. Is a single doctor's examination sufficient to declare a person brain dead? No. It's always a committee which decides. It's a very difficult task. Do rich people get a preference in the waiting list? No, not at all. Can a diabetic or a hypertensive person donate his or her organs? As in other medical conditions, we say this is a relative contraindication. If he is fit enough as declared by the physician, he can yet donate. Is there any age limit that we have said? Below 18 years, you cannot do live donation. For cadaveric or brain dead, it is possible. How many people in India lose their life in road traffic accidents? A very high number compared to the other countries. And some data somewhere says 36 per lakh. Can a person who is not a doctor help you? Yes, we have always stated how we can spread this awareness and take part in it. Who are the real heroes? We know them now. And what do you mean by live beyond life? When your organs are living in someone's body, you live beyond your own life. Everyday people need transplants from the very young to the very old, become a donor. This is life after death, how the organ donation and tissue donation helps you out. You must have been donating food, money, shelter, etc. during your lifetime. Organ donation gives you the chance to enhance the spirit by recycling yourself even after death. There are certain rules and regulations which are going to help us. The Transplantation of Human Organs Act. Also, share your life, share your decision, sign a donor card. Don't take your organs to the heaven. God does not need them there. They are needed more over here. This is a video from Mohan Foundation, and it very nicely tells us that once we are no more, we are into ashes,
make some difference,
and
that you have
this
at all.
ashes are of no use. Yes, the management has conducted the models to motivate organ donation out of the ashes and mud. So that is a very good way to show the importance of organ donation.
Advocating this very difficult cause at a time when no one in the country was talking about it, and the environment was fairly hostile towards a highly taboo topic. Life before ashes is a poignant yet hard-hitting message by Mohan Foundation to spread a very simple message. What has now become ashes could have been another person's heart or kidney. If only the
Art
organs
pieces
were
made from
donated.
human ash
The
and mud
foundation
from the
has
graves.
created a set of art
They are
installations
promoting
of
you,
human organs to highlight
inspiring
this
you
urgency and make the
for
public think
life
about
before
organ
ashes.
donation. The human organ installations are made from a mix of real human ashes and mud from graves. This idea stems from the insight that people are ready to allow their organs to be burnt and wasted, but they aren't willing to let their organs give a new life to someone.
We need more organization.
Our Modi ji also tells us to listen to our Man Ki Baat. Various celebrities have donated their eyes and other organs as seen in this slide. This is the registration form. You can have it and fill it up. This is the letter from the Women Doctors Wing signed by the National President Dr. Mona Desai and the Chief Operating Officer. I would like you to go through this letter, through us, and see how a young voice
I never saw my
tells
dadu
you, inspires
so
you.
calm and relaxed. He called me, maybe wanted to whisper something in my ears, and then he said, I wish to donate my organs. That's when he decided to donate his organs.
Organ
I have
donation,
pledged to donate my organs.
she is pledged
Have you?
for it. Ever have we? And we end our session with another beautiful video.
Let your light keep shining long after your flame burns out. Live beyond your life. Be an organ donor and save 8 lives. Organ Donation Day on the 6th of August. To pledge your organs, visit ileadindia.com.
So on this Women's Day, from a heart of a woman, I request you all to be aware of this organ donation and work with us. Thank you.